everyone, welcome to our season 2.
Yes!
So this is our first episode of our season 2, Psych or Science.
Well, Alyssa.
Amazing title.
Wow.
Thank you.
I've never heard before. So we got the Coys. I'm Nithya.
I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Anvita, and in today's episode, we're going to be playing a little game where we read out different medical methods from history, and we're going to find out if they were actually performed or not.
Mm-hmm. So feel free to play along as we guess and see if you can tell if they were fake or not.
Yep.
Okay, so before we get into today's episode, we wanted to give like a brief overview of what the season is going to look like so you guys have a bit of insight.
Mm-hmm.
We want to change things up a bit. We want to have more guest speakers and people come on to our podcast.
Yeah, so you can get more of an insight in like the medical field, med school, and like just if you're like interested in that area, definitely listen to our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be like, sorry.
No,
okay. Oh, thank you. We'll be like advertising on our YouTube a lot more and our Instagram.
Definitely.
Our handle is sike everywhere except Instagram, which is a double S in the beginning.
Yep.
And we're definitely going to try to be more interactive for the podcast. So follow Instagram, as Nithya said, and we'll probably put out some polls of what you guys want to see.
Mm-hmm.
And also just like follow.
Or just like DM us if you have any ideas that you want like the Coys to like talk about.
And the Spotify actually does have like a little Q&A at the bottom of each episode that we can all see.
Yep.
So if you want to give some feedback, and we might also rebrand in the near future, so don't be alarmed.
Yep.
Yeah, and then
stay
like
tuned.
Just like more interactive activities where you guys can listen and have something like to think about.
Yep.
So now that we've given you a little sneak peek, let's get started with today's episode.
Okay. So, as you guys know, the medical practices and treatments that we have today have all evolved and developed from some kind of treatment that alchemists and herbalists and like doctors from medieval times would kind of do for their patients.
For sure.
Yeah, I think like some of these practices were really bizarre, especially because there wasn't a lot of like technology or advanced scientific advancements back in those days. Like people usually like relied on traditional herbalist methods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My mom's a firm believer of like Eastern medicine and like herbal medicine and kind of and acupuncture, those things that they did. And like those are things that passed down, but some are just like
like you were saying, like some of them are still used today, but they're just seen as like unconventional and like just bizarre in general.
Yeah.
Like for example, my mom like she like blends a bunch of like juice extracts and like she thinks that it's gonna cure sickness in like 2 hours. And like if you think of that from like a professional perspective, like that doesn't exactly like work anymore.
Definitely, but like also if you think about like those vitamins are definitely good for your body. Just like it's like how did the herbalists at the time know that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like you can't like really test out that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And like some other methods we don't use today even because they're just so bizarre.
Yeah. But like you don't even know like if they like work better than today's like methods. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't try it out.
Which is crazy.
So let's get on with the video.
Okay, so we're gonna actually like be talking about some bizarre methods, and none of us have actually heard any of these before except the person who wrote it. So this is all gonna be a surprise to you guys and us.
Yep.
So Alyssa, you want to start out?
In medieval Europe, alchemists and herbalists were known to experiment with various plants and fungi to find remedies for common and some uncommon ailments. So they essentially found something called toadstool and made a poultice with it. Toadstool is a kind of fungus, and toadstool is like a herbal anti-inflammatory paste.
Toadstool?
Poultice.
Poultice, okay.
It's like an anti-inflammatory herbal paste that like you grind up something with and you kind of put it on your body.
Okay.
And so, FYI, toadstool was often found to be poisonous, but the herbalists and alchemists at the time didn't know because they're like, there's no for sure way to tell unless you just used it and then you like died or something like that.
Yeah.
So they made poultices from the toadstool and they would test it on rashes and skin diseases and sometimes would make it into something edible for flus and viruses and stuff like that. So despite the initial relief experienced by some patients, others began to show symptoms like rashes, nausea, and even hallucinations. So the scientists began to conduct further investigations. Long story short, they found that the toadstools was not an ordinary fungus. It was a highly toxic type called Amanita phalloides, or nowadays called the death cap mushroom. And the remedy that these herbalists had been describing was actually the cause of the patient's suffering. Eventually, they got ordered to shut down the research of toadstools, but then in Persia in the 1400s, This scientist picked it up again to try to find a way to successfully use the toxins in the fungus for some reason. And he did find the way, and they used it to execute patients. Not execute prisoners. Now it's banned, and there's an actual medical treatment.
Hold on a minute. That really scared me for a minute. Like, whoa, okay.
So they use the toxins to execute prisoners. Now it's banned, and there's an actual medical treatment for people who accidentally come in contact with a death cap mushroom.
There ain't no way that's real. And let me tell you why. If it was poisonous, wouldn't they die on the spot?
Not all of them. It depends on the toxin level. Also, they made it to poultice so that they're not using just...
Poultice sounds like pop tropica. I don't believe.
Wait, you were saying...
Poultice is a real word.
Sounds like pop tropica. Or like Poppy from Trolls.
Okay, poultice.
You're not supposed to help us if this is real or not, Alyssa.
Oh yeah, sorry. Anyway, no, but this is for like common education. Poultice is a real word, guys. It's a oval anti-inflammatory
poultice or something.
Anyway.
You know, when you said that, I thought of Trollstice immediately.
I thought of Poppy the Troll.
Yeah. Yeah. So, fake or real?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think you said that like the mushroom was used to like kill prisoners, right? And what like time era is this?
1400s.
So I think this
1400s. Ain't no way.
I don't think they really knew.
Ain't no way.
I don't think they really knew the power of the actual mushroom in the 1400s. Like, did they really think like, oh my god, here's a mushroom. Oh my god, it has toxins in it.
Like, did they really take like? Sorry, I keep on interrupting you.
It's okay. Did they really like think like there were actual toxins in the mushroom? Like, hello?
Like, you know the Mary Curie like
that's the
thing?
least of their concerns. Sorry.
Like how Mary Curie, I think that was her.
Mary Curie, I know what you're
like
talking
she used like really things that were radioactive and she never even found out. Like I don't think they would find out in 1400s.
But people were dying. Anyway,
people dying. I think they're
womp womp.
Okay, I think their methods were.
If this is real, I'm so sorry.
But I feel like if this was real, like it just wouldn't make sense because I think in that era, like they wouldn't resort to like natural objects to kill prisoners.
Also, I think like back
it would be straight to like
it would straight murder,
bro. Like hanging.
Yeah,
that's
hanging was more common in those ages.
Yeah, I just think it doesn't.
I don't think it's real.
True. I made that up, guys.
Yes!
High five!
I was writing that when I wrote it. This is a fake case, but when I wrote it, I wrote Persia in the 1600s, and then I cut it down to the 1500s, and then I cut it down to the 1400s.
1400s is absurd.
Which is my mistake.
Like, come on. Like, do you pay attention in history class?
No. Anyway, it was fake. But poultice and toadstool are real things.
All I'm saying is the stuff I have is completely like different.
Really?
I'm on the
Mine is
really violent.
Toadstool and poultice are real things. Avoid toadstools because it's an actual death cap mushroom and you can actually get poisoned by it.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, next one, go.
Okay. Let's see. Take that quick. Okay, we're gonna talk about this doctor and his practice, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, Dr. Henry Cotton was the medical director and
Henry Cotton.
And superintendent of the Trenton State Hospital,
Okay.
which was a large asylum in New Jersey. And basically, he went to school, like, he was a doctor, right? And he recognized that, like, an individual's activity and mental health are connected. And he, like, was a person who advocated for therapy, community service, a change in, like, a person's routines and stuff as, like, part of treatment for mental health. But he got really, like, obsessed with the idea that mental health could be caused by bacterial infection based on, like, the observations that patients with high fevers often turn delusional or start hallucinating, right?
Wait, sorry, what? Repeat that?
Which part?
The last sentence.
Okay, so he started becoming obsessed with the idea that mental health, like, originated by bacterial infection.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So, basically, he began, like, implementing his theories on the inmates at Trenton State Hospital, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, penicillin was not a thing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So the only way to, like, eliminate an infection was to surgically remove the infected organ, right? Not fun. So basically, he removed a lot of organs, okay? He removed teeth, and then he started, like, removing organs, and he reasoned that the mouth was where most of your germs are, so he removed, like, a lot of teeth, and he started removing his own teeth, okay? Like, teeth with cavities, and, like, he had his own teeth pulled out. He also pulled his wife and son's teeth. As like a, I don't know how to say the word, prophylactic measure to avoid the risk of infection. Okay? Okay? Are you following? Mm-hmm. Why are you staring at me like that?
This is so graphic.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Organs getting removed.
Yeah, ours is very different then. Yeah, ours is very, very different.
So like when the pulling of teeth didn't cure his patients, he doubled his efforts and started removing like tonsils and sinuses. And if the cure was still not achieved, like he started removing like spleens, ovaries, bladders, and other organs, right? Yeah. So like he was known for like having miraculous cures, right? So a lot of people like went to him for relief. And however, like a lot had to be dragged, kicking and screaming, into the operation place. And sometimes families were not even informed. And he retired from the state hospital and opened his own private hospital in Trenton, where he continued butchering his patients. And then he dropped dead of a heart attack in 1933. And by that time, he had killed hundreds. And his family was also traumatized, and both of his sons committed suicide.
Wait, okay. Can I ask questions about this? Okay. For how many organs, like what type of organs did he pull out besides spleen, ovaries? Like any...
Spleens, colons, I don't want to say that, ovaries, gallbladder. Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm leaning towards Rio, but I was hoping to use the organs as a clue because there are certain organs that if you live without, you'll actually die immediately. These patients die immediately?
Some of them.
I think it's true, just for the sake that Nietzsche couldn't say one of the words in the thing.
I knew I messed up. I knew I messed up. Shut the hell up.
No, I think it's true though, because definitely I feel like people back in the days, like even when people started getting like when people were getting these diseases, I forgot what they was called, but people definitely related it to like let me rephrase. When people started getting mental health disorders or like schizophrenia, stuff like that, people didn't know what they were, so people just thought they were crazy and would lock them up. So I definitely think that's possible.
Yeah, for sure.
I say it's true.
You?
I also think it's true, mainly because like it just, what era was this again?
1930s.
1930s.
Not the 1400s.
Oh, probably like past then too, because that's when he died.
So this is like around like the Depression era, right?
Yeah. Oh, history.
Yes. So like Depression era, like people kind of went psycho because of like what was happening around them. So like this just seems like a really obvious like thing to happen, you know?
Yeah, it did happen.
Whoa.
You know how crazy that is.
Oh my god.
That's very different. What the heck? Okay.
Hopefully I got video on the internet because I don't want this to be true. But
that's actually organs of families, multiple families.
Yeah, if you actually look at like stuff that they did back in the olden days, it's crazy. I remember like, I used to watch as a kid, like how like sometimes I don't know, like the things they did are insane.
They all kind of resort to like more violent things rather than like just take a pill and it's all fine, you know.
Because also they didn't
mental
have, like,
health back
pills.
then was viewed as crazy. Like you know how like a lot of people like what is it, Salem. Witches were just people who had mental health problems.
No, dude, let's talking about like people who had schizophrenia, like mental health disorders, stuff like that. There was no like treatment, like there was no like you couldn't diagnose that back in the day, right? So people just view them as what the heck is that kid doing?
I think that's why there's still like a stigma around mental health because like no one really like accepted it as normal.
Yeah.
It's so because mental health is something that happens to you. There's no like signs of there's no like really physical signs. There's not much many physical signs to it. And so, like, it's only what you feel, right? And people are so, some people are, like, so, untrusting that they're gonna believe, like, oh, this kid's just making it up. Like, this kid's just crazy.
Yeah. But wow.
I know, right?
What's his name?
Dr. Henry Cotton.
Henry Cotton. I gotta look at this man. Like, what the heck? Henry Cotton.
Sorry.
Henry Cotton. Henry Cotton. He's telling me, oh my god, American psychiatrist? Is this the one?
Yeah.
Oh, the horrifying cures of Dr. Henry Cotton. What the? Oh my god.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, I'm kind of disturbed.
You don't understand.
Oh my god. Oh, mine's like hella different, but like.
Me too. My thing's hella different too.
All of mine are like this.
Okay, so let's do that. That's good.
Okay, so should I start mine?
Yep.
Okay. This is more about like a treatment, so.
Go ahead.
Here we go. James Basil, a one more time. James Basil, a psychologist who treats wealthy people, has designed a way to cure mental issues for younger people. He says that people in general are more attracted to shiny and colorful substances, especially younger people. He says that his method involves a dark, closed room and a person sitting at a table with a box of colorful crystals. And what is this look?
I'm just listening.
And he says that it's proven to work because it provides like a more like a healing kind of thing. And you can see that there's a shift in their body's energy. And a lot of people that are like facing like depression and anxiety can flip in a short amount of time. And although this method has received a lot of skepticism, yes, that it shows that it has a renewed vigor and the healing spread fast and efficiently.
From shiny objects?
Yes.
Can you like repeat the gist of it?
But it's like a dark room with a table and a man, like kind of like a interrogation. Okay. Yeah. But like everything is dark except like the crystals.
What about
the crystals? You just stare at the crystals and feel better?
They're colorful and shiny, apparently.
I think that's true.
I don't think it's real, but it just sounds so stupid. Sorry if it's.
A lot of things people did in that age were stupid.
That's true. Okay, I'll say it's real.
Is that real? Like final?
It's
false!
I knew it!
The wonderful aura of the.
That was too dumb.
I knew it. It was so dumb. It was so dumb. I literally think it's so stupid.
You know, I had a line in this where it said, "This is tested by Kim Kardashian," and I was like, maybe this isn't good.
No, you didn't like know how to pronounce the word, so I was like, wait, this must be true.
No, but that one was skepticism.
I purposely did that.
Really?
Yes.
Skepticism?
Shut up.
So guys, we're gonna call someone up. His name is Shri Samart.
Our number one supporter, Shri Samart Konati.
Okay, I'm FaceTiming him.
Oh, we're FaceTiming.
Okay, hello Shri. Say hi to the camera.
Hi.
Oh, you can't even hear it. Let me increase. Okay, repeat hi.
Hi.
Okay, hello. So I can hold it.
I'm my first, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Just like.
So, Shri, I'm going to read you this case, and I'll read Nitya and Amrita too. This is the first time hearing it, and they can guess if it's fake or not, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, suffering from persistent headaches, muscle cramps, or stomach ulcers, once upon a time, your local physician may have prescribed an elixir containing human flesh, blood, or bone. So-called corpse medicine was a disturbingly common practice for hundreds of years. The Romans believed that the blood of fallen gladiators could cure epilepsy. In the 12th century, apothecaries were known for keeping a stock of mummy powder, a macabre extract made from ground-up mummies looted from Egypt. Meanwhile, in the 17th century England, King Charles II was known for enjoying a draught of King's Drops, a restorative brew made from crumbled human skull and alcohol.
What?
These cannibalistic medicines were thought to have magical properties. By consuming the remains of a deceased person, the patient also ingested part of their spirit, leading to increased vitality and well-being. The type of cure prescribed usually corresponded to the type of ailment. Skull was used for migraines and human fat for muscle aches, but getting fresh stock could be a gruesome process. In some cases, the sickly would even attend executions in hope of getting a cheap cup of freshly killed person's blood.
Whoa.
Blood. Okay, wait, what am I supposed to do?
Girl. Like, do you think this is true or not? And like, give a reason why.
Okay, I think it's true because I know the thing about eating mummies was real up until like the 1800s, and then
I forgot you're a history buff.
Yeah.
Boring.
So, I mean, you said about like they were consuming human bones in like the 1200 or the 12th century, and that's like the 1300s, which is when like they were still teaching about miasma.
What is miasma?
Miasma is like where they talk about like the diseases and infections were caused by like bad air, and so like the different like body types that they had back then. Okay, I'm getting off topic.
You're making us look
yes,
dumb.
I definitely think it's true.
You think it's true? Okay, Anita?
Wait, my thing is like, why was King Charles like involved into this?
Which Charles?
Charles sounds...
King Charles II in the 17th century England enjoyed King's Drops, a brew made from crumbled human skull and alcohol.
But why did he enjoy it? Just because, like, or was there like a
Just
specific
because.
reason?
Wait, the blue what?
What?
I heard blue.
17th century brew.
Oh,
In
brew.
17th century England, King Charles II enjoyed
You
something
mean
called...
Scotland?
No.
England didn't have a Charles II. It's either Scotland or
Oh, you got caught!
Yeah.
Oh, you got caught!
Wait, so you think it's fake?
I think it's fake.
Definitely,
It's
bro.
real.
Shree?
It's real. It's real. It's real.
Bro, you can't be serious.
What happened to
Wait, no, it's real.
England doesn't have a King Charles.
No, he was king in Scotland. He wasn't king in...
Oh.
This proves.
It says England, Shri.
Okay, well, Jesus.
Jesus. Our dear friend has gotten it wrong, and so have we.
Really? It's not true.
So it was... No, it's true.
Oh.
You
I
said
it
false
was true.
first, Street.
Huh?
You said King... You said... Okay.
You sound a bit
King
confused.
Charles II of England.
Oh, call Scotland and England, bro. Scotland and England. No, it literally says Scotland and England.
Shri got it wrong because he was the King of England too.
Oh, interesting.
But you forgot Scotland
Dude,
when
it's on
explaining.
Scotland.
I see Scotland in Google.
I didn't know that.
You don't. It's okay. You decided to handwrite this instead of copy pasting.
Okay, anyway.
No, it's up on
What else do you want to say to our viewers?
Our psych viewers.
Psych, guys.
Wow. Okay.
Street, this
yeah.
is terrible. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was bad. Hold on. Can you like go stay on call for like 5 more minutes?
Sure.
Okay.
Do we have like a catchphrase or something?
Oh, this episode is called Psych or Science. How do you like
Psych or science? Oh my god. That ate.
that?
Okay, anyway.
Okay.
Wait, was I right?
Dude, Roy. Well, Alyssa said was true.
Oh, okay, so I was right.
Should I explain it?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Before we move on to details, Shri, you were wrong. You said... Okay, wait. No.
No, I said it was right.
You said it was false, and then you said it was right.
No, I said it was right from the beginning.
Dude, this is on audio visuals.
Oh,
You got
I
caught.
will replay
You
this
got caught.
exact moment.
He got caught.
Anyway, so it was true. They did do that in the 12th century because they just didn't know what manual treatments. And honestly, I can't even imagine that. Like, imagine like eating. I mean, there's still cannibals today, but like, imagine eating your. Have you seen a documentary
No.
of like some guy try to report?
Oh yeah, they tried to eat him, right?
Yeah.
Bro, he's literally interviewing them because he realized he's about to get eaten.
Yeah, these guys like, interview cannibals, and they're like, if you keep talking, I'll stick your head on the stick and fry you or something like that.
Oh, but the cameraman was just recording.
Yeah. Okay. Nancy, do you want to start?
So I'm gonna say this. I think a lot of people know this, but we'll see. Okay. So you guys all know the Kennedys,
Yes.
John F. Kennedy and his family. Straight, you know them.
yes.
Okay.
Tragic what happened to that man.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about the Kennedys right now, okay? So we're gonna talk about Rosemary Kennedy, okay? She's John F. Kennedy's sister, I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. So basically, we're gonna like first explain like how she why she was the way she was, okay? So basically, like when she was delivered, her mom Rose, like the attending nurse there, who was fully capable of delivering the baby, ordered like Rose to like keep her legs closed until the doctor arrived. And when the baby was coming out, she did shove Rosemary back into Rose for 2 hours.
What?
So that explains a lot. Yeah, I don't know what people were doing, right? Shocks me every day, okay? But the effects of like this decision really like became clear as Rosemary grew older. Like she like everything that like an infant could do like came way later in her life. She was like pretty like slower in learning than a lot of her peers, right? And the Kennedys are a really high achieving family. They did not like this, so she was sent to like a lot of institutions and like far away school, and like they really kept this condition like hidden from the public, right? And then like the war happened, and then like a lot of things were like going on, and then back in the States, like Rosemary, she like started to grow more, and like she started to like kind of like phase out of it, not like completely, but started to phase out of it, and she became way more rebellious, and her behavior was like a lot more erratic, and like there was like someone who said like she would get into a lot of fights, okay? And she was like known to break out of school and just like roam around DC, and obviously her parents did not like that. And her dad, Joe Sr., okay, He arranged for Rosemary to go under a lobotomy without telling his wife or anyone in the family. He literally just took her to get a lobotomy, okay? And obviously lobotomies are an interesting procedure. Do you guys know what that is?
Actually, no.
No? Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what they did to her.
Don't they like drill a hole in your brain?
Sweet.
They don't drill a hole in your brain. He actually got that wrong. So basically, she was strapped awake. She was, oh, what am I saying? She was
Strapped awake?
No, she was awake, but she was strapped to an operating table. You have something here. She was strapped to an operating table and kept awake for the surgery. And the doctors like asked her to sing songs like "God Bless America" to like see her coherency, right? And basically, what they did was they like cut open her brain like multiple times.
Can you say that louder and slower?
They just cut open her brain.
Oh. Wow. No. Wait. No.
How old was she?
I'm actually not sure.
No anesthesia and awake. That's
was
crazy.
Awake is
Rosemary
insane. Did she
when
make
Oh no,
it?
actually no.
got a
Your brain
lobotomy?
actually doesn't have no like you cannot
She was
feel.
23.
Wait, fun fact. Actually, you cannot when people do brain surgeries. A lot of time they are kept awake.
And did she like willingly do this?
I really don't know.
Well, honestly, being awake makes sense though because when you're doing brain surgeries, oftentimes they will do awake because, for especially if you have like a speech lisp or something like that,
Yeah.
because your brain doesn't feel those nerves when you're
Yeah.
getting cut up.
Anyway,
So that makes
so
sense.
they're like cutting her.
But like, wouldn't your like the edges of your skull? Wouldn't you feel that in the edges of your skull?
No, so
No,
they cut
it-
into her brain.
She made it alive though?
Wait, I'm moving on, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So they only stopped after she'd gone quiet, and they knew that it was successful. And the attending nurse was said to be so traumatized that she never, like, went to medical again. She quit her job.
Oh wow.
And then her father, like, literally put her in an institution and never told his family members. They never knew that this happened.
Even after the thing happened?
Yeah, like his wife didn't know. I don't know if she like came to know after, but
How did they
basically
get out?
they his family like asked, right, like her siblings and stuff, but he just like brushed it off and they stopped asking. And then John F. Kennedy became the president, right? And he like moved her to an institution, and then he like secretly went to see Rosemary in 1958, and then he like saw the severity of what had been done to her. And like he actually like used his power to like actually do a lot of things for like the disabled people, and so did his siblings, which were really cool. But she never regained
Recovered?
consciousness. No, she couldn't like talk. She couldn't walk.
She was in a coma, vegetative state.
no,
oh, coma.
no. She was functional, but she couldn't walk, and like she couldn't like use her bladder properly. Like it completely destroyed her. And then yeah.
I mean,
So
didn't
John
that-
F. Kennedy does it to his daughter, and then becomes
No.
Oh no, sorry. John F. Kennedy's her brother, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god, wait, I was literally so confused. Okay. Anyway, I think this is true because, like, it does make sense. Like, it's like tragic, but it does make sense of like you can do brain surgery when you're awake, and people definitely like doctors definitely did that. They just won't
I
experience.
think lobotomies were really common, right, back in that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lobotomies were common during that time. I think it's definitely true just because I know the procedure was very popular among people that like had mental disorders in the 50s and 40s. And while it's out of fashion now, it was very much like the prescribed procedure for like people with mental disabilities. So I think that it's true.
Yeah. It's real.
It's real.
It's
That's
real.
so tragic
That's
for her.
so sad.
Kennedy's had a sad life,
Oh
bro.
my god.
So like, what do you guys think like after hearing Shree's explanation?
Well, I mean, that definitely does make sense, but like, I'm
Yeah.
just still shocked. Like, someone of such a high status had to go through something so painful like that, and to think like during that era, like they probably didn't even know like that happened to her until like now. You know what I mean?
I think it's just tragic because you said she did go out of it. Like, she was just a rebellious kid. And for someone who was just rebellious and had, like, a little bit slow learning development when she was a kid, had to go through all of that just because she was viewed as different. And, like, that just shows how bad, like, mental health was and, like, how bad mental health was viewed and, like, learning disabilities and, like, mental disorders.
Shocking most was like how the dad did it without even telling
Yeah.
this like girl's
If
siblings.
this was to happen today, the amount of protests that would happen is
Honestly, it could be. We don't know anything.
oh.
Like, no, do you not remember like how like FDR? Do you guys like learn about how like he did a whole presidency? He couldn't walk. Like no one knew. He covered it up. That's why the desk in the Oval Office has a cover.
yeah.
He's the one who got it installed.
Yeah.
It never had a cover.
Wow. That's your painful history.
Yeah, his
I
rants were
didn't
kind of fun.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it's very indicative of the type of climate of the U.S. Like, how they viewed like women and like people with disabilities especially. But I feel like it's good to note like how far we've come.
Yeah, actually, lobotomies were mostly done on gay men. Shockingly.
I mean, yeah, that
Or
was
just gay
during the
people.
lavender scare, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So that
Yeah.
makes sense.
What's the lavender scare?
It's the
So, okay, you know about the Red Scare?
No.
No,
Second Red Scare
no.
happened during. Okay, so right after World War II, we enter like the Cold War.
Yeah.
Which was spurred by the Red Scare or this like
Oh,
the
wait, we
fear
learned
of like
about this.
communism and stuff. And so during the 1950s and 60s, a lot of people who were like who were gay or like women or like people who were like women who were independent, they were viewed as like prescribed or like they could be communists because they were gay. And so a bunch of people who were gay in government got like thrown out of their positions, and it was this whole thing where like the government tried to de-gayify itself, and so that's what's called the lavender scare.
Damn, that's crazy.
Okay, I have to go.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
so much,
Thank you,
Shri.
Shri. Say bye to the camera.
Thank you for coming. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye, Shri.
Bye.
Wow.
Okay.
She sounds so smart.
Bro, man's a history buff.
And a NUN kid.
Man, it's great.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody want to go?
Should we do one last one?
One last one, yes.
Okay, let's go.
Wow.
This one's a kind of short one, so I think
Short or not, let's go.
let's go. Back in the day, ancient Egyptians thought the only way to cure dental pain was to mash up dead organisms such as rats and blend it with other ingredients and apply it to the painful spot in their mouth. This was also a remedy for warts as well. And some people ate the mice raw, or they also baked it into pies.
Okay.
But the whole thing was that like rats were the remedy. Remedy rats.
I can't eat anymore.
I think this is true.
I
Because
think
I
it's
think
true
like in
too.
olden days, like what we find disgusting now is
Yeah.
disgusting then.
You did what you could to survive.
Yeah.
And like they want like actual medicine. Like what time period was it?
Ancient
Also,
Egyptians.
you know, like in Egyptian
So
like
there's no
times how they
penicillin,
like
yeah.
they took like brains out of your nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what wasn't that for when you mummify someone?
Yeah, I know, but they had like
Yeah.
a lot of like things, you know.
Different methods that
Yeah,
would seem
yeah.
that seem weird to wait,
It seemed weird to us, but like
Yeah,
normal to
yeah.
them.
Yeah, I think it's true.
I think it's true.
You're right, it's true.
Well, so they crush up rats.
They
for
crush up
dental
like
pain?
dead rats and they like mix it with other stuff.
Did it work?
Ew.
It worked?
Oh.
Yeah, that's why they kept doing it. And they came up with innovative ways of baking it into pies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Want to do one more quick one?
Actually.
Alright. Well, this is not that like long. Okay, anyway. Ancient Greek doctors believed that a woman's womb was a separate creature with a mind of its own. According to Plato and Hippocrates, when a woman was celibate for an extended time, her uterus, described as a living animal eager to bear children, could dislodge and glide freely about her body, causing suffocation, seizures.
Wait, what's causing suffocation? Her uterus?
Yeah.
It doesn't have a kid?
Her uterus, described as a quote-unquote living animal, eager to bear children, could dislodge and glide freely from her body, causing suffocation, seizures.
Wait, so
I shouldn't laugh
my
if
uterus
this
is
is real.
leaving my body?
Wait, I shouldn't.
No, I am laughing. What type of dumb man thought this up? Like, did my uterus have a brain?
Plato
I
and
never knew.
Hippocrates. Hippocrates.
Interesting.
The causing suffocation, seizures, and
This is so
I'm
like.
gonna ashtray this. I'm scarred.
and hysteria. This curious diagnosis endured in some form into the time of the Romans and Byzantines, well after doctors had learned that the womb was held in place by ligaments. So, to
Wait, all the
prevent
ligaments could die and they could start walking out.
no, they didn't know that the womb was held in place by ligaments, so they thought the uterus was like a creature with a mind of its own and could like glide freely out of its body. Okay, so to prevent the wombs from going on quote unquote walkabouts, ancient women were counseled to marry young and bear as many children as possible.
So the uterus wouldn't walk away from them?
So the uterus wouldn't glide freely about her body, causing suffocation, seizures, and hysteria.
Oh, like my uterus is gonna like be walking around my body and I'm
Yeah.
gonna die, so I have to have kids?
Yeah. So they were counseled to marry young and bear as many children as possible. For a womb that had already broken free, doctors prescribed therapeutic baths, infusions, and physical massages to try to force the womb back into position.
What? How are you gonna see if a uterus walks away?
I don't know. They might even fumigate the patient's head with sulfur and pitch, while simultaneously rubbing pleasant smelling lotions between your thighs. The logic being that the womb would flee from the bad smells and move back into the rightful place.
Yes, it's gotta be ChatGPT.
It is so fake.
It's real.
Are you serious? Are you like actually open this up? Is this Britannica? I need reputable. Are you actually serious?
Anyways, let me log in. It's real. They did it in ancient Rome.
Every day I thank God I was born in this century.
Walking uteruses?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Crunch, crunch. Put the burger down.
Hey, yeah.
Care to
When I
read out
catch
with you?
Hippocrates, man. When I catch him.
Anyway, it's real. It's a real case. They did think the uterus was a living animal.
How far have we come as humans?
We were gonna put pleasant smelling lotion between our thighs.
Imagine as a woman just thinking your uterus has legs and can walk away from you.
Not legs, it glides around your body.
Dude, I don't need to visualize
Like
that.
cells.
Wait, I feel the main issue was
uterus
like
don't can't, isn't it?
the main
Could
issue.
they not have done autopsies?
They didn't know what autopsy was back then. It was ancient Rome.
Well, isn't it like common sense? Like dead woman, like you want to see what's happening.
Now it's common sense. They probably didn't know what the uterus looked like.
Exactly. So cut open a
They
dead
probably
human.
even if when they cut open, they probably wouldn't know. Actually, I have no idea. This is
You
so
found
stupid.
this woman
I have
who,
no
like, died
idea.
in childbirth.
I have no idea. This is so stupid. Sofa on your head and lotions in between your thighs to make the uterus walk
Physical
away from the bad
massages
smells and come into
to
the
force
smells.
it
It
back.
smells nice. Are you kidding me?
Was this all just to have as many babies as possible?
No clue. I think
Maybe they
actually
actually
thought
had
it.
some psycho thinking. But I swear everything's rooted in sexism.
Can you believe that?
This takes us back to our reproductive rights episode from season 1, episode 6.
Ooh, she got that
Everything
on top of
report.
my head. Yes, it's not fake. I thought it was fake when I first read it. The Wandering Womb. That's what it's
Oh,
called.
don't ever do that again.
Sorry.
But that's actually psycho.
I think I'm traumatized.
Well, it's gonna keep me up at night tonight. The walk, bro. I'm imagining like someone's hands and legs. That's what I was thinking.
You know that cloud in Trolls?
Wait, just imagine like Inside Out, a character's in your uterus. Is
Not in your brain.
emotions? It's a living. Look at Vita's face. No, instead of embarrassment, it's the uterus.
Oh my god. Wait, embarrassment means some hate that I feel so bad for
I
her.
don't know why that show's butt crack. Embarrassed me. Secondhand embarrassment.
Alright. Well, I think we did a bunch of cases, like, stories today. And we learned a lot. We hope you guys had fun playing around and seeing if you could
Playing around.
We hope you guys had fun trying to guess whether they are fake or real with us.
Dun.
Yeah, I hope some of them
Oh
stumped
my god, your last one just cracked, dude.
Okay. I hope some of them stumped you a little bit. And
I hope you enjoyed our guest speaker, Shri.
Yeah.
He's been an avid listener, as should you guys.
We'll
The-
definitely have like more in person, also like more collaborations.
Yeah, maybe
We'll
we'll
see.
call him up when we need facts. Somehow he knows
Yeah.
everything better than us.
I think I learned a lot from this episode, no?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that's crazy.
I learned a lot from Shri.
Bro, I don't bring this up in every conversation. Did you know
Oh, wow.
that people thought uteruses were all living aliens? in
Living creatures in your body that will equal to their children.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I love when we do games like this.
Me too.
we're gonna keep. If you like this kind of content, you can always DM us on our Instagram and just let us know. And we're gonna try to continue doing stuff like this in the future for season
sure.
2.
And also,
Sure.
there's literally a feedback thing on this episode. Type whatever you want
You tell them again.
and rate our podcast.
Oh my god.
5 stars.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for listening.